Hello, guys. Good evening. How are you? Thank you for being here. Hi. So, what if today we start our class with some practice, some passive voice practice? So, we will join this Kahoot activity. Here's the QR code. You can join and then we can start doing the activity. Please join me in this activity. Okay, please, everyone. Hello, please join this activity so we can start. We get some practice for passive voice.
Perdón.
Tu papá.
Excellent. So I see you did really well, but it's just for you to remember, try to identify in the passive voice sentences, first the subject, the object. So in this case, the object is a difficult question. In passive voice, you start with the object. So a difficult question, then asked, the verb is in past. So in this case, the verb to be needs to be in past. Very well. So let's continue. Our house is the object, but the tense is present continuous. So remember, in passive voice, is being solved. Okay, what is the difference between between being and been? Are they the same thing? What is the difference between being and being? With
El
being,
tiempo, ¿no? No. Being es como que ahorita mismo.
Y been fue como que, bueno, a mí me suena como que fue, ¿no?
Being with the ing means siendo o estando. En being y B-E-E-N, eso es sido o estado. Yeah. So if you chose the one with the circle, the orange one, our house is being sold, es nuestra casa está sido, no, nuestra casa está siendo vendida. Being sold, siendo. Okay, so here you have present continuous, so the same, the verb to be is in present continuous. Okay. Questions? Let's move on and let's continue practicing. Paloma is the subject and he is the object. So we have present perfect. Okay, very well. And by the way, if you just joined, here's the Kahoot link. Aquí tiene el link de Kahoot if you have just joined the class. Okay, very well. He has not been invited to the party. Él no ha sido invitado. No puede ser the red option because here you have present perfect. So you need to use present perfect in the same sentence. Remember, what topic are we learning today? What is this topic? ¿Cómo se llama el nombre de este? ¿Cuál es el nombre de este tema that we're checking in these exercises? Remember, what are we doing now? What is this topic?
Passive voice.
Passive voice. Good. So don't confuse with reported speech. Reported speech, you change the tense, but in this case, you don't change it. You keep the same tense. So here you have present perfect. So here you also get present perfect. Okay, let's go. Is he preparing the food? So I say in passive voice, is the food being prepared? Good. Is the food being prepared? Excellent. A famous musician sang this song. All right. So it's very important that you, at this point of the course, you already know the irregular verbs. The irregular verbs are vital, like they cannot fail. All right. So if you still have problems with irregular verbs, you will need to intensively review the irregular verbs. So the verb sing is in present, then you use the verb sang in past, and sung with you, that is in past participle. So sing, sang, sung. Sing, sang, sung. So why? Well, because in passive voice, if we remember how to use passive voice, we need the verb to be and a verb in past participle. Debe ser un verbo en pasado participio. So remember, every verb has three forms: the present, the past, and the past participle. And here I need this one. So that's the only correct. Okay. The song was sung. The song was sung by a famous musician. Okay. So, simple past, very well. Do you have any questions?
Teacher, I have a question. Can you repeat, please, why the verb to be is in past, please?
Okay, the verb to be is in past because the sentence is in past. It says, a famous musician sang, un músico famoso cantó esta canción. So I cannot say, esta canción es cantada, ¿no? Fue cantada, porque la oración dice, la cantó. So that's why here I say this song was sang by a famous musician. Fue, was, sung, cantada. In the red option, aparte de que sing está incorrecto, pero si la canción es cantada. Y aquí no es lo que dice la oración original. This is the past. That's why. The verb to be needs to match the tense in the original sentence. El verb to be necesita estar en el mismo tiempo que la oración original. If the song was in future, a famous musician will sing the song, entonces diríamos, this song will be sung. El verb to be está en el mismo tiempo que está en la oración original. ¿Ya?
Thank you, teacher.
Yes. Okay. Very well. Let's continue. Okay. Let's see. So here we have the same thing, right? Aquí es lo mismo. The sentence is in past. Did Miranda write this letter? Entonces está la oración en pasado, right? Did Miranda write this letter? So in passive voice, you would say, was this letter written by Miranda? So I think that, okay, in this case it's present, so it's not correct, right? Any questions?
No, teacher. Thank you.
No? Okay, let's move on. Have they told you the truth? Is present perfect, right? Exactly. Have you been told the truth? ¿Se te ha dicho la verdad? Exactly. So don't confuse being with ing and being without anything. Okay, let's go. Ancient tribesmen often made human sacrifices. Los antiguos hombres de las tribus frecuentemente hacían, is past, human sacrifices. So human sacrifices were often made by ancient tribesmen. If we compare with the blue option, we have human sacrifices was often made, but human sacrifices is plural, yeah? Human sacrifice is just one. Okay, so human sacrifices were, human sacrifices was, be careful here, okay? Human sacrifices were, human sacrifices was. So it's because it's plural. Any questions?
No, teacher.
No? Okay, very good. Well done, guys. So here it says, Megan está escribiendo un poema, por lo tanto, un poema está siendo escrito por Megan. Ok, aquí no cambiamos a pasado, ¿no? Porque la oración está en presente. Remember, this is not reported speech, no es reported speech, donde hay cambio de tiempo. Aquí simplemente debes de poner verb to be en el mismo tiempo que está la oración, right? So the purpose of the passive voice is that you focus on the object of the sentence. So you see a poem is being written by Megan. Okay, well, let's continue. Okay, very well. Let's see. So here we can write this sentence in two ways. But the first thing is you need to identify the object of the sentence. So we're going to go back to what I showed you at the beginning of this course. Who is the subject in this sentence? Remember, the subject does the action. Who is the subject in this sentence?
They.
They. And who or what is the object in this sentence?
Me.
Me, exactly. So the object is not the computer. And yeah, wait a second, because this can be a little bit confusing, right? So why a new computer is not the object? Well, in this case, in this sentence, remember that the object goes after the verb, right? They both. Who they both to. Aquí el verbo no se enfoca tanto a qué, sino a quién compramos la computadora. So in this case, it's me who you bought the computer to. A mí se me compró la computadora. They bought me a new computer, so I can say I was bought. Me fue comprada una nueva computadora. They bought me. Me fue comprada. I was bought. Now, you can look at this sentence, and although it wouldn't be the correct thing, but you can think, okay, for me, new computer is the object. La oración entonces tendría que haberse escrito, they bought a new computer for me, right? Eso también es correcto, decir, they bought a new computer for me. En este caso, la nueva computadora sería el objeto, porque estoy respondiendo que compré, right? So both sentences are correct. Tú puedes decir, they bought me, or they bought a new computer for me. Just that in this sentence is, who did you buy to? ¿A quién se le compró? Y aquí, en la versión que yo escribí en el chat, es qué se compró, ¿ya? So, in this case, a new computer was bought for me by them, yeah, or a new computer was bought for me. Si la oración hubiera estado escrita de una forma distinta, esas oraciones también estarían bien. But if we want to be like very practical, the three of them work. Las tres opciones realmente son correctas. So if you chose the red one or the blue one, so you were okay. This is correct too. Just because of the way the sentence is made, that is emphasizing on the object, and the object is me. So I was bought is normal, is correct. Yeah. There are sometimes in English we have some sentences. Por ejemplo, I was told, se me fue dicho, me dijeron, I was told. Si no quieres decirle a alguien quién te dijo algo, no tienes que decir, the teacher told me, my friend told me, solo puedes decir, I was told, se me dijo. Who? Well, the purpose is that you keep it anonymous. You're not going to say who told you. So you say like this, I was told, I was offered a new job, se me ofreció un nuevo trabajo, I was offered a new job, I was seen, fui visto, And no sé, I was seen at the beach. All right. So, I don't know you have any questions with this sentence. Any questions?
No, teacher, thank you.
Okay, let's move on. So this sentence is the same thing. Pay attention. Sarah made me. I am the object, right? So I was made to do the exercise by Sarah. Yes, exactly. And if you want to be more practical, you say the exercise was made by me. Yeah, it's correct too. So the orange and the blue, but more the blue. The blue is the most correct option because I am the object. Okay, the sentence doesn't say, la oración no dice Sara did the exercise. The sentence says Sara made me, right? Entonces, Sara no hizo el ejercicio, lo hice yo. I was made to do the exercise by Sarah. Any questions?
No, teacher, thank you.
Okay, let's move on. Will anyone bring the materials for the project? Entonces el objeto sería materials for the project. Y es futuro. Ok, aquí nos falta una T en la opción verde, but this would be the correct option. Will the materials for the project be brought, or will the materials be brought for the project? Okay, very good. Entonces recuerden, bring, el pasado de bring es brought. Pasado participio, brought. Bring, brought, brought, que es traer. Traer, traje, traído. Bring, brought, brought. Will the materials be brought? Any questions?
No, teacher.
Very
you.
well. Let's move on. In this case, feed, alimentar, es un verbo irregular. El verbo feed, en pasado se dice fed, y en pasado participio se dice fed. Okay, so Tracy feeds the cows. The cows are fed by Tracy. So this green option is the correct one. Aquí solamente nos faltó porque, bueno, el verbo, right? And ¿por qué no are being fed? Porque la oración no es presente continuo, es presente simple. Okay, so green is the correct option. The cows are fed by Tracy. Las vacas son alimentadas por Tracy. Any questions? Can we move on?
No, teacher.
Okay. The teacher gave us. Us are the object, guys. Us is we. So we are the object, right? Not the answer. Okay, we were given the answer. Exactly. No sería la opción azul porque answer es singular. Entonces no decimos the answer were. En tal caso sería the answer was given to us by the teacher. And the green one solo dice the answer was given, pero la oración dice a quién se le dio esa respuesta. Por lo tanto, nosotros, us, is the object. We were given the answer. Exactly. Any questions? You have any questions? Let's go. Good. So you have to submit your project. And in this case, you change have and you use has because now you are talking about the science project. Very good. Okay, very well. How do you feel with passive voice? Is it very difficult? I think these exercises kind of challenge us, right? They were challenging. Tony, please start.
Yeah, it's not a difficult topic, but I think I need to practice.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not difficult. I think we all know the principles behind, but yeah, everything is about practice. And yeah, let's be honest, you're not going to have exercises like this in the exam. You're not going to have an exercise to use reported speech. You will not have an exercise to use the passive voice, but we need to use it because we need these abilities for some of the questions will be that we will have during the test. Okay, very well. Now let's go to the article that we were reading yesterday, the one that we were answering. I explained to you yesterday what the difference between skimming and scanning is, and here we will have we will check a little bit of reported speech. So let's try to analyze every sentence. Analyze two things: subject and object, sujeto y objeto. In the first sentence says, vamos a pedirle si lo puede leer. Víctor, ¿podrías leer el primer párrafo, que fue el que contestamos ayer?
Yes. Anyone with responsibilities for the performance of a large organization know the value of effective leaders. Most organizations are more than happy to invest in developing them. But even a cursory review of literature on the subject of leadership shows that there is no consensus on how to do that. When fast grow, pressure us at Yen to bring along the talent in our leadership pipeline. We had to figure out for ourselves.
Okay, so let's see. We're going to analyze all this paragraph, and in the first sentence, desde anyone hasta leaders, tenemos sujeto y tenemos objeto. Y tenemos un verbo transitivo. Subject. What is the subject in the first sentence? Well, aquí tenemos este sujeto que es larguísimo en esta oración. Anyone with responsibility for the performance of a large organization. Todo este es mi sujeto. Todo aquel con responsabilidad con la responsabilidad del desempeño de una organización grande. Okay. So this 81 could be a company, could be Facebook, could be Pemex, could be any other, right? So, okay, this is my subject. The verb is knows. And what is the object? The value of effective leaders. So, we can determine that this sentence is in active voice. Esta oración está en voz activa, es decir, en un orden convencional, en un orden normal. Can we write this sentence in passive voice? What do you think, Cesar? Can we write this sentence in passive voice, the first sentence?
Yes, teacher, in passive voice.
Yes, you can write passive voice. Yes, that's correct. How? Let's check. Here we would write. What is the object? Again, ¿cuál sería el objeto de esta oración?
The value of effective leaders.
Exactly. So I write the value of the effective leaders at the beginning. The value of the effective leaders is known. Why? Because the sentence is in present simple.
Okay.
Knows. Entonces, voz pasiva sería es conocida. Right? El valor de líderes efectivos es conocida por cualquiera con responsabilidad por
By
el
anyone with-
desempeño de una organización. Ajá. So we just rewrote the sentence. Acabamos de reescribir esta oración, pero en voz pasiva. Yeah. So maybe this one is clearer, less words. The value of effective leaders is known by anyone with responsibility for the performance of a large organization. Very good. So let's try with the next one. Most organizations are more than happy to invest in developing them. Ok, well, the verb to be no sería transitivo, no podemos utilizar aquí passive voice. Ok. Vamos a tener que decir, but even a cursory review of literature on the subject leadership shows that there's no consensus. Ok. Show, en este caso es un verbo intransitivo, tampoco se puede utilizar voz pasiva. When fast growth pressure us. Ok. We can take this sentence and we can make it passive voice. Podemos tomar esta oración y hacer la voz pasiva. Fast growth pressure us. Solo esta parte de la oración. How could we make it in passive voice? Ale. Fast growth pressure us. El rápido crecimiento nos presionó. Ahora tengo que escribirlo en voz pasiva. What do you think, Fer? How can I do that?
Maybe we were pressured.
Exactly. We were pressured
For the fast growth.
by fast growth. Muy bien. El crecimiento rápido nos presionó. Fuimos presionados por crecimiento rápido. Very well.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of Amgen?
It's the name of a company.
Okay.
Just a company, imaginary company.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Aquí habla el CEO de Amgen. Bueno, es el nombre de una empresa. Okay. Very well. How can we make the passive voice in the next sentence? It says, we had to figure it out. We had to figure it out. Nosotros teníamos que averiguarlo. ¿Cómo puedo escribir eso en voz pasiva? What do you think, Heidi? We had to figure it out.
We were.
No, the sentence, we had to figure it out. How can we make it in passive voice? So what is the object? It,
Okay.
right? It es el objeto. So in passive voice, I write I write it here. It. Si yo digo, nosotros teníamos que averiguarlo, en voz pasiva sería, eso tenía que ser averiguado. So how could we write this?
I don't know. So,
Okay, what do you think, Miguel? Is there anything we can do? We had to figure it out. Teníamos que descubrirlo. In passive voice.
Each. Had.
Verb to be.
Been.
To be.
It had to be.
Verb in past participle.
I don't remember figured.
Figured out. Very well. Exactly. It had to be figured out. Very well. So the sentence says, teníamos que averiguarlo. Eso tenía que ser averiguado. Very well. So, very well, guys. I see that you wrote passive voice. Here we have 3 examples. Not all the sentences allow passive voice, but now we are checking like this exercise. Any questions?
Sure. In the last example, no puedo ser it had been figured out.
Can you repeat?
It had been figured out using
to write it after
been
figure?
instead to be, yeah.
No, because you have it at the beginning. So we move it.
Okay.
So eso tenía que ser averiguado. Okay. Very well. By the way, do you have questions about the meaning of any word in this paragraph? ¿Alguna palabra de este párrafo que no entendamos? Do you know the meaning of invest? What is to invest?
To apply goods in something, money, or yeah.
Exactly, is to put money, effort on something to gain a result. This is a verb. Invertir. Very well. Do you know cursory? Cursory. This is an adjective. It means brief, quickly, fast, even a quickly review. Rápido, una rápida revisión. This is like a very formal word. And you can say cursory. A cursory review. Una breve revisión. Okay. We know consensus because we also use it in Spanish, right? Fast growth, pressure us, leadership, pipeline. ¿A qué se refiere? Algo lo podemos entender por el contexto, but what do you think is pipeline in this sentence? A pipeline means a channel. A channel which can be a communication channel or other kind of channel. All right. Entonces, en este caso dice, para atraer a nuestro talento a nuestro canal de liderazgo. Okay, very well. So they're talking about the problem, right? They had to figure out themselves cómo atraer profesionales debido al rápido crecimiento que tenían como empresa. All right. Very well. Now, let's do something. We are going before checking more about this text, I will show you some articles. Okay, so we're going to check this article. I'm going to send you right now on WhatsApp para poder practicar skimming. Remember, skimming is when you read something very quickly so you can get the general idea of what you're reading. I'm going to send you 3 articles, and what we're going to do is just skimming. At the same time, these are some of my recommendations of things you can read. This is really good for you. You can read this one. Este sitio, News for Kids. Bueno, es como su nombre lo dice, ¿no? Son noticias para niños. So, yeah, it is, those are news that, to my mind, they are really easy to understand. If you're not really into reading or you're really not really into reading news, this is something you can help yourself so you can start reading more in English. They are like very easily understood. They don't use like a lot of sophisticated vocabulary, but still it's a lot of it's very interesting. You can check this website. Okay, I'm going to send you the other article. Sorry. Okay, The New York Times. Ese es otro buen sitio para noticias que podemos leer, The New York Times. Now, if you want to go for something heavier, some more heavy material, como algún material más pesado para leer o más with more vocabulary, you can check the New York Times. You can even subscribe if you want, but you can read news in English. That is very important for you. Try to check there are some opinion articles. Something that I think is really valuable is to check the opinion articles, los artículos de opinión que escriben en el New York Times. You will see how people say their arguments, how they propose ideas. It's really useful. Okay, the other thing I want to show you is the magazine Nature. If you're into science, one second. The scientific magazine Nature, la revista científica Nature, también es muy buena si son temas de ciencia, de tecnología, que también podemos tenerlos tanto en un contexto laboral necesitarlos o también en el examen, también son temas que pueden venir. And the nature is a really good one, and I sent you this very interesting article. Okay, now I gave you three options. Les he dado tres opciones. You have to choose one. Choose just one. Escojan the Nature, escojan the News for Kids, or the New York Times. And what are we going to do for this activity? You will try to get just the general idea. Okay, I will give you 45 seconds. Les voy a dar 45 segundos para que lean esa noticia. Obviamente no leer, sino obtener la idea general. You will read, what can you do? Well, you can read the subtitle, you can read title or headline. Pueden leer el encabezado, subtítulos. You can begin and the ending of each paragraph. If there are any images, check the pictures too, también las imágenes, everything you can. So you have these three options. Pueden escoger News for Kids, New York Times, or Nature. You have a lot of options. Tenemos varias opciones. So let's work on it. Choose any option. Tell me when you are ready. Y bueno, vayan abriéndolo en su celular para empezar a cronometrar. Then you will tell me what this article is about. Ustedes me van a decir de qué trata el artículo que hayan escogido. All right, are you ready? Just general idea, just skimming. Are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Okay, please open your news and start reading now. Okay, time is over. What article do you choose, Ale? Okay, maybe she's not available. Cesar, what of the three articles do you choose?
My article is wildfires cause serious problem in Canada.
Okay,
It's talking about the serious wildfires in Canada. Forced 1,000 of people to live there because it has a heavy smoke for the fries.
oh, I see. Very good. Excellent. Thank you. Chris, what is the article that you chose?
I chose the Nature's article,
Mhm. What
and
is it about?
it's about the worms in the movie Jones, and talks about the facts of the real worms in the earth and the facts used for the worms in the movie, about how the worms have been developing the life in the earth along the life,
Mhm.
and about dimensions of real worms and why they use these animals for the for the movie.
Very well. That's a good review. Okay, Miguel said his article is about floating solar panels. Okay. Very well. A way to have clean energy. Excellent. So just a brief thing, right? Heidi, what article do you choose?
I choose the floating solar panels teachers. It's the same as Miguel. I think it's very interesting. New
Yeah.
because scientists found the solar panels could provide more electricity if they were placed in lakes, and they could help save water and protect land.
Good. Thank you so much. Fer,
You're
what
welcome.
article do you choose?
I choose the same that Miguel, the fire cause serious problems in Canada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one, right? Okay, thank you. And Victor, what article do you choose?
I chose the Biden ones. And well, it's interesting how Biden, his president, recovered like 14.4 millions of jobs, but like they told it's like that it's like 10% of the economic, well, of the jobs, something like that. But it's after the pandemic, well, the article say that it's like a return. So it's interesting, and some people are telling that it's not for his well, a ver. Me pongo nervioso, pero is because the work start to the normality, and yeah, that's all. That's all.
Okay. Very well. So this is what you're going to do now, guys. Take the article the one that you chose, and try to read it carefully this time. Now you will go through the text and you will analyze, you tell me any word that you don't understand, okay? If you don't you can make your list of words and you can send them on WhatsApp. And obviously you can make your research about those words, but I want you to understand it in the context. So please check the article that you told me now, and for homework, read it carefully and send me the meaning send me the those questions that you don't know their meaning. So after that, we will continue practicing tomorrow some questions here on the test. So thank you so much and hope to see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, teacher.
Goodbye.
See you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Take care.